Hey, what's up, you guys? Katsu King here. It's been a while since I made a video like this with the whole vlogging, camera, all that stuff. So I'm a little bit rusty, but I definitely wanted to make a video today. Very sad. Um, Very sad day for Tekken fans, fighting game fans, just gaming in general, to be honest with you. But it's a bittersweet type of feeling. I'm happy as well for Mr. Harada. Um, there was a tweet. I believe this came out either today, a couple hours ago, or yesterday or last. I fell asleep, woke up to this news, so that's why I'm a little bit, a little bit tired. So I'm trying to process everything. But yeah, he is announcing his retirement. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'll read the first paragraph. It says, "I'd like to share with you." This is on Twitter, by the way, under Harada Tekken, that I'll be leaving Bandai Namco at the end of 2025, with the Tekken series reaching its 30th anniversary. As an important milestone for the project I've devoted much of my life to, I felt this was the most fitting moment to bring one chapter to a close. Then he talks about his life being in the local local tournament scene in Japanese arcades back in the day, in the 90s, encouraging people to play Tekken, when they were playing probably like Street Fighter. I wouldn't say Mortal Kombat because Mortal Kombat's not very popular in Japan as far as I know. I definitely know there's no tournament scene, but other SNK, King of Fighters, that those type of games, mostly 2D games, because you got to remember, like in a 3D space, it's very limited. Like the ones that are successful, like 90, well, I say not 90%, but a good chunk of them is Bandai Namco fighting games with Arena Fighters, Soul Calibur, Tekken, um, all that stuff. If you want to count Arena Fighters like Naruto and Dragon Ball and all that stuff, that's a debate for another day. But his game Tekken and him himself being involved in Soul Calibur and all those games is a major influence, and I really don't think 3D fighting games would be as successful if it wasn't for Harada-san. He's a very important person in the fighting game community. He's a influencer. So he's passionate about gaming. He's passionate about you know everything that he's done for Tekken. So I think this is well deserved. 30 years, 30, I think it was like 31 years total. Jeez, that's crazy, man. 31 years, working his ass off at Bandai Namco, even back then when it was just Namco. Um, and everything that's happened, especially, this year, him losing his friend, the DOA creator and stuff like that. It's very sad, but I'm not going to read the whole thing, but he just goes on about everything. Oh, I guess it's not that long, but he has a SoundCloud. I haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna watch it after I make this video. I think it's like a 1 hour version of the Tekken Best Hits or something like that, like a compilation video of the best music in Tekken. Which is kind of funny because a couple months ago there was this guy I found on YouTube. He did a mix. I think it was like some European dude, but he was like a really good DJ. He mixed like pretty much like every single banger in the Tekken series in like a 2 hour nonstop. It's amazing. God, I can't remember the guy. I know it starts with a D. It's like those go the I don't know. You'll find it. Just type in Tekken. I just typed in like Tekken Mega Mix or something. I think the video is only like 2 or 3 months old. When I checked it last, it had like 100,000 views. It's really good, and definitely like gym music worthy. So anyway, getting back to Harada, I'm gonna miss him. I definitely think that Tekken won't be the same without him. It's really, when it comes to any type of media, movies, TV shows, video games, books, and stuff. Without um, the creative mind, that the origin of the people who created, that type of media, it's hard. Even though when you're passing the torch, it's your vision. It's that's why like so many remakes or people like yeah, just like remakes or revisionings and stuff like that of movies and stuff. A lot of them fail because yes, the person might be passionate about the source material, but they don't have the mindset. They can't think exactly um the person who created it. That's their vision, that's their baby, that's their creative genius at work. And without him, Tekken, I'm worried. I'm worried. I think I know that the Soul Calibur devs um are a huge chunk of the development team in Tekken 8. I know Soul Calibur 6 for sure. A lot of I can't remember his name right now, but I know the director of that game is involved in Tekken 8 a lot. Besides Michael Murray, Nankatsu, I think his name is. But sorry, someone can correct me. But yeah, it has me worried, especially how Soul Calibur 6 ended. And Tekken 8 is, I mean, as much as I like Tekken 8, it is, it's definitely doesn't have the hype and the draw, in my opinion, as Tekken 7 did, or even like previous Tekkens like Tekken 5. Like those games are just amazing. And Tekken, maybe at the end of Tekken 8's life, when they're finally done adding support, all the DLC, the end of its life, it'll be a great game. And I don't think it's a terrible game. I mean, I'm uploading videos all the time because I love the series. But it's tittering. It could go one way or the other. I think overall season 2 was kind of Besides Armor King, I don't care about Fakaram. I know I practiced with him and I learned him, but I just don't really care about the character. I don't care about the new character, Mary Zoe or Zhao, whatever her name is. No interest to me. I'm waiting on Miguel, which I'm even more worried now because if Harada's leaving, does Nankatsu or Michael Murray or any of the other development team even care about Miguel? Is he in the works? Is he coming out season 3? Because he's kind of integral to Jin's story. So, what's going to happen with that? I am worried about that. So, yeah, season 3, I'm worried about. I mean, are we even going to get a season 3? We got to get a season 3, right? That would be crazy. But without his influence, what's going to happen, man? What kind of characters are we going to get? Are we going to get all brand new characters, or like who decides the guest characters now? Because for sure in Tekken 7 when they added Negan, I mean that was definitely Harada. He's a huge fan of The Walking Dead. I don't think anybody else in the development team was champion for a Walking Dead guest character. That's kind of crazy in my opinion. And to this day, I still think he doesn't belong in the game. I love Jeffrey D. Morgan. I don't really. I mean, the show itself is I kind of got bored after like the first 3 seasons, but the character Negan alone is pretty awesome. Does he belong in Tekken? I still don't think so. I don't think we should have real life characters in Tekken. That's just me. Even when I go back to Tekken 7, I just find it weird that he's there. As cool as the playstyle is, as cool as a character that is, seeing Jeffrey D. Morgan's face in Tekken is just weird to me. So, anyway, I digress. Congratulations, Harada. You deserve it after 30 years. Again, you're a huge influence. Not, for me personally, I remember playing Tekken 1. God, how old was I? When the PS1 first came out, was that like 1995, 96 or something like that? I remember Tekken 1. And although Tekken back then, I wasn't really into it. I actually played more Virtual Fighter because that was like the 3D fighting game. And even then, like, I didn't really like Virtual Fighter either. So I was pretty much like 2D fighting, like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Guilty Gear, the OG Guilty Gear, not X2. That would be later in high school. But those games, Mark of the Wolves, Eternal Champions, Clay Fighter, woo! All old school 2D fighting games, Killer Instinct, for the better or the worst. But when Tekken 1 came out, Didn't really impress me. I was like, okay, this is pretty cool, 3D fighting game. And Tekken 2, I remember my mom's roommate, he had it and I played it. And back then, I just thought it was weird that there was a character named Devil, even though later we'd find out it was Kazuya. It was weird to have a character named Devil in a game because I was like, I don't know, I was like 11 or 12 or something like that. So Tekken 3 is when everything changed and I became a Tekken fan. When Tekken 3 first came out, I remember playing in the arcade. I was I think the first time I was in Santa Monica. I was at the Santa Monica Pier. There's an arcade there. Pretty awesome arcade. I don't know if it still exists or if there's even fighting games there. By the way, your arcade's not an arcade unless there's fighting games. I'm just saying that straight out. I don't care what you have. Racing games, claw games, pinball games. Pinball's awesome, by the way. If you don't have a single fighting game, you're not an arcade. I don't care. You can argue with me. You're not an arcade. If you don't have one single fighting game, you're not an arcade. um, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so Tekken 3. Became a huge fan. I actually played. That was when I first played Armor King. The characters I played, I actually didn't play Brian Fury till much later, but the characters I gravitated to was Armor King and Horong. I really liked those characters. And then when it came out on PlayStation, that was like crazy value to me. You had Tekken Ball. Was it Tekken Ball? Bowling was Tekken Tag 1. Yeah, sorry, the volleyball one. Tekken Ball. Then you had weird characters like Gon and stuff. And then the beat 'em up game. I can't remember the name right now. Tekken Force, right? Tekken Force. Amazing game. I mean, granted, it's not like Streets of Rage or Final Fight or anything else like that, or even my favorite, like the TMNT side-scrolling beat 'em up games, Simpsons fighting beat 'em up game. But it was still cool. It was free. I didn't even know you had it, and then you get the game and you get to play it. I felt like I was getting 2 games in one, which it kind of was. 3 games if you can count the Tekken Ball. Awesome game, and I really feel like Tekken 3 is. I think if Tekken 3 were to fail, I don't think Tekken would exist. Tekken 3 was so amazing. The graphics, the music, the animation, it was an amazing fighting game, and I still think to this day it's probably like in the top 10 most influential. What's going on? Why is my screen turning all stupid HDR? To this day, it's a super influential game. I actually didn't play too much Tekken 4 because at the time I was a PS2. I didn't have a PS2. By the time I got one, Soul Calibur 3 I think first came out, and I was like super into that game. So I was pretty much like super just. I skipped Tekken 4. I was only into Soul Calibur on the PS2. I had like the Street Fighter Anniversary Collection, or Anniversary Collection, the Alpha Collection, stuff like that. So I didn't play Tekken 4 until like pretty much its dying days. But then when Tekken 5 came out, I picked that up, and again, value. Music was amazing. That's when I saw the redesign of Brian Fury, and I was like, whoa, he looks so cool now. He doesn't look like just some generic, like, I don't know, wannabe weirdo looking dude. Tekken 3, he there was like no inspiration. I know his outfit was later added on, but when they changed him, when his story was like he became like a cyborg and he's like kind of like a zombie. He was been killed. He used to be a cop. Was befriended Lei Wulong and stuff like that, and interesting lore. And then his redesign, we had like the scar on his face, and I love Blade Runner, so I knew that they were basing his character off of Rutger Hauer, Blade Runner. Sorry if I mispronounced his name, but the bad guy from Blade Runner, they based Brian Fury's character based on that character from the movie, and that is an awesome movie, and can't go wrong with that. Can kind of say Terminator as well, because the whole cyborg thing, robot thing, but so yeah, Tekken 5 was huge. Really got into him. Raven, of course, Dragonov in the expansion, DR expansion. Um, Amazing game. And then you had Tekken. Well, actually, before, sorry, I skipped a little bit. Tekken Tag 1 came out. I had that. I played it a lot. Tekken Ball was awesome. Again, value. Music, great. Great, 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 great. Tekken 6, eh. Tekken 6 was. It brought revitalization because between Tekken 5 and DR and Tekken 6, there was kind of like this hiatus. There wasn't really anything happening a lot with Tekken. And again, went back to Soul Calibur. And I was really into Soul Calibur's 4 at the time. So I didn't really play too much of Tekken 6. I played my boy Brian still. But man, that game still yet, like, for its time, the graphics were amazing. Like, I got it on the Xbox 360, and the music, the graphics, the gameplay, it was top notch. And then I don't think we need to say, like, Tekken 7's a masterpiece. Like, Tekken 7 not only brought the franchise back, revitalized the franchise, but it brought in newcomers, this new generation of gamers, or people who want to get into fighting games, 3D fighting games and stuff like that. And other than the small nitpicks, that game is flawless in my opinion. Yeah, Akuma's kind of annoying. Some of the guest characters, and I already mentioned Negan, are kind of annoying and questionable. Lucky Chloe sucks. I hate that character. Ugh, don't bring her back, please, for the love of God, don't bring her back. So my point, I have a huge history in Tekken, and even though I've played pretty much every single Tekken, and I have them over there, I'm not gonna grab them right now, but I think I have every single Tekken except for Tekken 4, which I need to pick that up. I'll probably get that on eBay or something. I'm a huge fan of the franchise, and even though being younger, I didn't, you don't really care about who makes the games when you're younger, but later on in life, especially being an older guy now, you appreciate the people who are behind the scene, the devs. This is their vision. This is his vision. This is his game. And we wouldn't be having so much fun. We wouldn't be building a community. We wouldn't be having tournaments. The 3D fighting space might have been dead, because Virtual Fighter has been gone forever. And as cool as Virtual Fighter is, I don't think it's as cool as Tekken. I'm sorry. That's just me. I'm not saying it's a bad series. I just don't like it as much as Tekken. I like the flash of Tekken. I like the flair. I like the music. And it's just Virtual Fighter. I get it. It's more grounded, but it's just not for me, really. It kind of reminds me of, like, if we were comparing, like, Bushido Blade to Soul Calibur. Like, I've always liked Soul Calibur more. I appreciate what Bushido Blade did, but Soul Calibur was just more flash, more awesomeness, and that's just how I feel about those franchises. I know it's a long video, sorry. I'm planning to make this like a 5-minute video. Now it's like almost 20 minutes, but I just really wanted to talk about this. I just wanted one more thing I wanted to touch on was I don't think this was a situation of people being mean to Harada. I know a lot of people have been very angry, and they've been, he's on Twitter, and they've been retweeting at him and replying to him and saying negative things, that they don't like how season 2 is going. And I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of things I don't like about season 2. I don't like the movement in season 2. That sounds crazy to me. I'm sorry, it might sound crazy to other people. Like, how do you not like the movement? You can sidestep more. There's a lot like more evasion properties, but I beg to differ. I think the game is a bit broken. The way that they basically tried to make a four runway game like original Tekken, the movement system from OG Tekken, and adapt it to like Soul Calibur standards, because 8-way run is like the Soul Calibur standard, and yeah, that works in Soul Calibur, but in Tekken it causes so many stupid things to happen. Sidestepping moves that are linear, yet they still hit. It doesn't make any sense. It messes with the hitboxes. Certain moves that should be guaranteed to connect, they don't connect. And I know those things can happen in a 3D fighting game, but since season 2, it's been happening more frequently where I'm like, God, do I sidestep left or do I sidestep right? I know this move is sidesteppable to the left, but even though I do it, it still hits me anyway. It's like it doesn't make any sense. And because this person got hit and they're flung into an angle, I have to readjust. And I feel like Tekken 8, I'm fighting the system, I'm fighting the game engine more than I'm fighting the opponent. That's just my take. Like, I don't like the movement system. I think it needs to be reworked. Um that's pretty much really my only complaint. Just stupid stuff happening since season 2 in matches, and it's frustrating. So I know a lot of people were complaining, maybe not about that, but they were complaining about like balance changes, like Anna's broken still. The characters are just, there's so many characters. Even Brian, I'm not gonna be like, just because I'm a Brian main, even though I'm playing a lot of Raven lately. Um, I could recognize the character's busted. Like there's a lot of moves that is just really broken with him, and I think they've gotten better by nerfing Snake Eyes and some of the moves that he has on that. He's still like super super good, and I think they will by the end of its life cycle. How many seasons we're gonna get? I hope we get at least four seasons. I think the game will be like, I think majority of the problems will be fixed, but yeah. I know he's been getting a lot of hate for that, and I really hope that he's not quitting because of this. But in my heart, I don't think it has anything to do with that. I know he's tweeted that he's annoyed. I don't think he's ever been like outright disrespectful to people. Like a lot of people have called him like horrible things, man. Like just horrible things. I'm not gonna repeat them here, but I've read his Twitter and I've seen responses. Even some of like pro league players, like Evo players, professional Tekken players, and stuff like that, and streamers have said like negative things about Harada. And you gotta remember, man, this guy, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. And we should show appreciation. We should show him the love and respect for the man who gave us Tekken, who inspired all of us to get better at fighting games for 3D fighters, whatever. He's a major influence. He will be missed. I will miss him. I really appreciate the fact that he throws himself out there. Like there's a lot of devs that won't say anything. They'll throughout the game, they'll work behind the scenes, and they don't want to have anything to do with the community. They don't want to talk to anybody. They don't want to talk to the fans. They don't want to like update. They don't want to do anything. You'll get it when you get it. Blizzard's like that. Anyway, I appreciate him actually like letting us know, updating us about the game, talking to us, and just being a really cool dude. Like, I mean, some stuff was cringy, like was don't ask me for shit and stuff, and Ono-san when they used to have the fake fights about Tekken Cross Street Fighter, whenever it's coming out, or was it Street Fighter Cross Tekken? Which one came out? Anyway, the one that we've been waiting for. God knows if we'll ever get it now, but um, the fact that he wears shades everywhere he goes is cool in my book because I do the same thing. Even indoors, when I'm out and about, I still wear my sunglasses because I think it looks cool. So, I think that's all I really have to say. Sorry, this is a long video, but I wanted to get that out there. Harada-san, you are awesome. You deserve this retirement. I really hope that even though he's gone from Bandai Namco, that he still has some influence with the production, with the development of Tekken 9. I know he said he wanted to be in Tekken 9, and I'm really sad because he said that was going to be his last one, but I guess Tekken 8 is going to be his last one, officially. I still think he'll have some hand in the cookie jar. I think he'll definitely have to guide Nankatsu and Michael Murray, guide them in the path for Tekken to succeed. Because I don't want Tekken to fail, man. I love this series, and even though I played every Tekken and I love Tekken, and it's a great series, I'm still a Soul Calibur fan by heart. I definitely played more Soul Calibur than Tekken. Like I love Soul Calibur, and I was hoping Harada would stay for Soul Calibur 7. I really wanted his influence, and I wanted him to help in the development of Tekken 7, but I guess that's not happening. Please don't bring back the RNG mechanics. That's why Tekken 6 failed, by the way. Nakatsu, the Soul Calibur dev team, please don't do that. That's, oh man, it's frustrating. I miss Soul Calibur so much. But Tekken is second. It's like right under Soul Calibur. Like, it's Soul Calibur's like number one for me, and then Tekken's right under. And I'm talking about fighting games in general. Even though like Street Fighter's like the first one, like there's only a couple of Street Fighter games I absolutely love. I'm not really. I'll get into it another day. I'm not gonna go into a rant about Street Fighter 6, but Soul Calibur is number one, then Tekken, as far as like my favorite fighting game series, and this is huge. So anyway, he said his last appearance is gonna be at the TWD finals at the end of January of next year. So just 1 month away. As a guest, he's not even gonna be like a host or an announcer or anything. I'm not too sure what he said. Something about he's gonna. So that video, his final mix, is a DJ mix, and is Harada a DJ? I didn't even know he was a DJ. Like, did he actually make this 1 hour DJ mix, which is really cool because I never knew that. Like, was some of the music in Tekken, like maybe OG Tekken's, was that his music? Like, did he mix and create his own music for Tekken? Because that just makes him like 10,000 times cooler, man, if that's the case. If somebody else did it, then whatever. But if he actually did this mix, that's cool. I'm not gonna listen to it on this video. I'm gonna listen to it after. But yeah, huge day for fighting game fans, Tekken fans. If you're watching this video and you have the same sentiment as me, post in the comments what you think about this. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go play more Tekken now in honor of Mr. Harada-san. I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.